everyone, wanted to do a quick speed fire 15 facts about me to this channel. Please click the subscribe button down below, and if you want to see more content from me then stick around and let's get going. First fact about me is that I was born on the 11th of April, which means I'm an Aries. I don't necessarily believe in constellations or zodiacs or anything like that, or astrology, but I am pretty much the standout definition of an Aries. Headed, I am pretty impatient. I'm just the fire sign. Maybe this emoji, that one. A lot of people always comment about how impatient I am, and if I want something done, I want it done yesterday or 2 weeks ago. But I am quite determined. I am really quite loyal, and everything that is about the Aries symbol I find hilarious that I don't believe in anything like that, but I am pretty much a standout definition of an Aries. Number 2, as I said, I was born on the 11th of April, and as I said, I don't really have any kind of superstitions or kind of lucky anything, but I do believe that if I had a lucky number, it would be the number 11. I was born on the 11th of April. I was born at 11 minutes past 11, and I weighed 6 pounds 11 ounces, which is quite heavy for a baby that was like a month too early. So yeah, I always have these kind of coincidences about the number 11. There's certain things that have happened on like dates where it's been, you know, 11 and things like that, and I find it really funny again how I don't believe in superstitions or lucky numbers or anything like that, but it seems to be that if I had a number, it would be the number 11. Number 3, when I was about 13, I was really obsessed with Stephen Hawking. Now, most people at 13, especially in this world, are obsessed with either Justin Bieber or something like that, but no, I was obsessed with Stephen Hawking. So much so, when I was 13, I wrote a letter to Stephen Hawking asking if I could be his research assistant instead of going to high school. So I was just about to go to high school, and I wrote a letter. So no, actually, I think it would actually been 12, I wouldn't have been 13 because I was just about to go to high school. And I wrote him a letter saying that I would like to be his research assistant, but I would not like to go to high school. A lot of my family find it hilarious that I was so ballsy just to be like, I've always been that person. If I wanted something, I was so determined. So I wrote him a letter and I said I want to be his research assistant, which was kindly declined due to the fact I wasn't old enough. Yeah. So I still have a massive interest in, you know, people like Stephen Hawking, Brian Cox. Now even more so into the world of physics, and I am quite interested in. So yeah, fun fact. So number 4, I have a border terrier called Peach, which I'll put a picture of here. She is a year and a half and she is absolutely tiny. She is way too small for what she should be, and she is just adorable. She is a pain in the backside. She's so squeaky. She's just so much of a pain in the backside, but she is probably the most precious thing that I have in my life, and I love her to bits. But yeah, I have a dog and she is adorable. Number 5, the first language I learned to speak was Gaelic. I grew up in Fife, which I grew up in St Andrews, because when I stayed in Fife, the television channels that played the cartoons or children's TV shows were in Gaelic. It was Grampian television, and I pretty much sang the theme tune to Postman Pat in Gaelic, which I can't do now. It's not a party trick that I can do right now. I learned how to speak in Gaelic before I learned how to speak in English. I can speak a couple of words in Gaelic now, not so much as what I used to as a kid. But yeah, I always find it hilarious that I spoke Gaelic for so long. A really funny video in Fireman Sam, which I used to call Simon Fam, and I was sitting in front of it and I was just going like heen hine a hooner, and that's proper Gaelic. That is just original Gaelic. I'm singing along to Fireman Sam, and I have no idea that I'm doing it. What number is this? We're on 6. Pretty much every year of high school I ended up in hospital for either breaking something, spraining it, or having a very light fracture. Pretty much every year I was taken to hospital for breaking something. I have broken my ankle probably about 3 times. I've broken my wrist. I have broke so many body parts that are unbelievable. And I'm saying funny, I don't really want to get into the ones that are a bit stressful for me, but the most kind of funny ones was I think it was in second year, either second year or third year at school, and I was infamous for getting carried away in a very fetching orange wheelchair by the head teacher because I broke my ankle. And the other time, the one that I do remember, I think it was about in 3rd year or 4th year, and I broke my ankle again, and I was whisked away by our very, very handsome PE teacher, which was fantastic. So that happens. If my old PE teacher's watching this now, I'm really sorry. But yeah, I pretty much broke my ankle, or various body parts. I actually, when I was 18, I broke my wrist because I was back home. I was in St Andrews, and I was walking along the beach, and there's just a part before you get to the beach, and you go over the golf course, and you're just about to go into the beach. And I was so fuming mad. I can't remember who pissed me off that day, but I was so mad that I went to go kick something, and I just fell. Like my whole body just went up in the air, and when I went to land, I put my both hands behind my back, and this one landed on a rock, and I've actually got a wee cut on my hand that's still there, but this hand landed on a rock and I cracked it. So, and I went about the whole day with a broken wrist because I didn't want to tell my mum. My mum knew something was up, and she took me to hospital straight thing the next day. So yeah, I walked about with a broken ankle for like a week before I told my mum because I've been in hospital so many times that I was just like, no, not again. So yeah, I pretty much break a bone in my body at many points in my life. So number 7, I grew up in the east coast of Fife. I have been called a chuchter many times in my life. I will put a definition of what a chuchter is and how it's spelled here. But yeah, I grew up in Fife. I grew up in St Andrews, and I moved here when I was quite young, and I still have a really dodgy accent, as you could probably tell. Words that I say are very Scottish, and some words that I say are not very Scottish. Some are really quite, I tend to roll my R's like quite a lot, so some are kind of like totally Highland chuchter, and some of them come out pure broad Glasgow, and I can't help it. Sometimes there's a weird kind of mishmash in the middle. Number 8, I pretty much blagged my way through every job that I've ever had. I started off, my first ever job I had was in retail. Well, no, actually I worked in a restaurant for a couple of months and I hated it, so I ran away. So I totally ran away from it, I hated it. The job was in retail, and I was my first proper job was in retail, and it was just about the time where the Wolf of Wall Street had came out. So you know at the end where they say like he stands in this room and he's going to sell me this pen. Well, my first ever interview for a retail job, I was asked to I was selling watches, and I was asked to sell somebody a watch. So I took the watch off her and I went, tell me the time. And then she went, I don't know, and I went, well, here's this watch. So I learned everything I know from the Wolf of Wall Street, which came back to haunt me later when I worked in finance. A lot of my friends called me the Wolf of Sucky Hall Street. So fun fact. it goes on, and I ended up blagging my job to a retail assistant. I blagged my job as a retail manager. I blagged my way to a marketing assistant, to a marketing director. And now I have my own businesses, and I can tell you for sure I am not blagging now, because it's a hell of a lot harder than I ever thought it was going to be. Yeah, I just had the confidence to know that if I was going to be good at something, then I wasn't going to let qualifications or experience hold me back. That if I knew I was going to be good at something and I knew that I was fit for the role, I wouldn't let that hold me back. So, and here I am. So, number 9, I used to have a really nuts obsession when I was a kid with a salsa dancer. I used to get dressed up. I'm talking really young kid, not like 13. I used to get dressed up as a kid, and I used to go into my living room and pretend that I was a Spanish salsa dancer. In fact, I can't dance to save myself. I actually can't dance at all. I got dressed up and I used to go into my living room with my wee kind of like salsa dress on, and I used to stand in my living room going what I thought Spanish dancers did. I used to do that all the time and all this kind of stuff. My parents used to just go along with it. Like, they just must have known that I was just a complete nutcase. I had this really serious face on, so I'd be like, I used to do that all the time. Which is carried on now. A lot of people always think that I'm foreign, so now I just put on my Number 9, allergic to local anaesthetic, which I found out when I was about 9 or 10, and I went to the dentist and I had a tooth pulled. I was about 9 or 10 and it was on the day of Halloween. So I had the tooth pulled, local anaesthetic fine, everything great. Standing at the bus stop waiting for my mum, and I was like, Mum, I don't feel good. What? And I was like, I feel like my body is here, but it's also up there. Mum just thought I was just nuts. Like, she's like, okay, that's great, get in the car. Because that is not an abnormal thing that I would have said at a kid. I would have said that quite a lot. And got all dressed up. I was dressed as Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which was how long ago that was. And I pretty much just remember running down the road with all my friends, like trick-or-treating, and just going falling straight flat in my face. And I actually remember one of my friends shouting, Mollie's gone down! Mollie's gone down! And just hearing my mum going, oh! So she's like running down the road. She's like, you okay? And I'm just like, in this wee dream world. And yeah. So that's how I found out I was allergic to local anaesthetic. I was high off my tits on local anaesthetic. So yeah, I'm not allowed it anymore. And I actually had a fight with the doctor once when she asked me what my allergies were, and I told her it was local anaesthetic. And she point blank looked me in the eye and went, no, it's not. And I was like, I think it is, because when I was very young, I expanded before and I had high off my tits. So I'll tell you that it is. So number 10, following on the theme of anaesthetic, I had an operation when I was about 20, 21. Never had a dog at this point, which will become relevant in about 2 minutes. I was in the waiting area, enjoying a nice peaceful cup of coffee, and when I came round from the operation, I pretty much clung on to the nurse, cried in her face and said, I want my puppy. Right, she must have just thought that I had just got a puppy. But I didn't. I was just totally off my nut. I think your daughter's missing her puppy. And Mum's like, she doesn't have a puppy. She has reliance. What? And so I came in and I cried to my mum and said, I want a puppy. Fun fact, year after that, I got a puppy. I won. Number 11, did my first kind of course that I studied was architecture. And I absolutely hated it. I thought I was really, really good at it. Thought that was what I wanted to do. And I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I pretty much just hated going to uni every day. I found that I could drop out after a year as long as I could get an HND in architecture. Oh, it was actually architectural technology. And I did it. So I now have a useless diploma in architectural technology that I'm never going to use. So fun fact. Number 12. I built my blog from scratch. Now, I had no idea about how to build a blog, a website, anything. But I decided that one day I was going to build a blog. No idea how to do it. I literally bought a book called Blogging for Dummies, along with HTML for Dummies, with the help of my boyfriend and his friends who are computer programmers. I built my own blog, and it's probably one of the most proudest things that I've ever had to do. So yeah, I did that. So yeah, I was so happy about it that I just wanted to build a blog that if anything went wrong I could fix it, and that's what I did. I built my own blog. Number 13. I am allergic to a flower called patchouli, which is normally found in about 99.9% of perfumes, which means I suck at finding perfumes that I like. I need to try and find perfumes that don't have a specific scent in it, or I will throw up. It's even that bad that if I'm sitting next to somebody that's wearing a perfume that has patchouli in it, I'm just done. Like, I need to evacuate myself from that premise or we're going to have a problem. Number 14. Despite having a business with my mum that is quite a creative business in designing products for her store, and despite taking architecture at uni, I have pretty much zero creative ability when it comes to drawing or designing. I suck at it. I suck at it so much, which is really annoying because I design logos and design, you know, blogs and things like that for other people, and a lot of people always ask me, oh, you're really good at it, how do you do it? Like, it literally takes me ages because I suck at coming up with new ideas, and for someone who's in a creative industry, I'm such an uncreative person. So I'm such more of a practical person than letting the kind of creativity flow. So yeah, I not a creative person, contrary to popular belief. And number 15. I grew up in a house full of women. My dad wasn't around, so I grew up with my mum and my gran, and we all stayed in the same house, and somehow the world did not implode. We got on so well, and it's something that I always feel quite privileged that I grew up with my mum and my gran, who are two really strong, independent people, and it's something that I think really shaped me as a person. So I don't know if you find that interesting, but I did. So that's it. That is 15 semi-interesting facts about me. Some are funny, some are probably not. And yeah, again, if you want to see more, click that subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!